Outburst? Me? Moi?
On March 17, 2022, Bianca Ojukwu, the late widow of late Biafran President Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, made the headlines. This is coming after she spun a wild drama with the ongoing First Lady of Anambra State, Ebele Obiano, during the swearing-in ceremony for the new governor, Charles Soludo. Mrs. Obiano had walked up to an already seated Bianca to question her attendance of the event and called her names. As you know, what she got in return was a farewell slap. It's no secret that the Obianos and Bianca have been at loggerheads for a while now, but no one saw the farewell slap coming. Regardless, many people have been hailing the widow of the late Biafran warlord for resettling the Medulla Oblongata of the ex-First Lady while praising her for maintaining beauty and elegance even when provoked. Despite being the recipient of the mind-settling slap, the Obi of Akwa, Eze Uzo III, described Obiano's wife's conduct as shameful and gave her 7 days to apologize to Bianca publicly. Defending her actions later, the 53-year-old ex-beauty queen said Mrs. Obiano came to her seat to taunt and verbally assault her unprovoked. Still, she completely ignored her until she attempted to remove her head tie, which is an abomination to a titled matriarch in Igbo culture. The former Nigerian ambassador to Spain said she gave her the dirty slap in self-defense while insinuating that the ex-First Lady acted under the influence of alcohol owing to the stench of whiskey oozing from her. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Bianca Ojukwu would make headlines. The mother of three who is aging gracefully is known for spinning controversies even from a young age. While some can be called trivial, some are no doubt iconic. So, sit back as we go over the 5 iconic times Bianca made the headlines. Hello guys, it's Tikod here for African Glitz. We believe the popular slang "a queen and more" originated from Bianca Ojukwu's younger days when she was winning multiple international pageants. Between 1987 and 1989, the elegant and classic beauty won not 1, not 2, but 6 crowns, causing her to make the headlines back to back. While schooling in London as a teenager in 1987, she contested in the Miss Martini pageant and won the crown. In 1988, she wowed the judges with both her beauty and brains at the Most Beautiful Girl in Nigeria pageant, winning the crown again, allowing her to represent the country at the Miss Africa pageant held in the Gambia in 1989, which she equally won. She again represented the country at the Miss World pageant in Hong Kong and later the Miss Universe pageant in Mexico. While she didn't win either of these 2 pageants, she compensated for her loss by winning Miss Intercontinental, Miss Congeniality, and Miss Charm later that year.
I wouldn't exactly say I'm a different woman now. I can just say I've improved. I've always wanted to go to Singapore, and the trip gave me an insight into the Oriental way of life, and it's really broadened my perspective.
Affair with Ojukwu. As a daughter to one of Nigeria's most successful lawyers, serial entrepreneurs, and ex-governor of the old Anambra State, Bianca frequently hung around people of her father's age and caliber. However, things hit the roof in 1989 when she took to liking one of her father's political associates in the person of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the late president of defunct Biafra. At the time, she had just transferred her studies from London and was an undergraduate in law at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, while also wearing the Miss Intercontinental crown. Owing to the age difference between her and Ojukwu, who was about 34 years older than her, her affair became a subject of controversy nationwide. While the dazzling beauty refused to confirm and debunk the news, she was forced to renounce her Miss Intercontinental title as she was not allowed to have a public love affair. Regina Askia, the first runner-up of the pageant, was then crowned in her place. Marriage to Ojukwu. What many termed as a teenage exuberance soon became a permanent relationship when Bianca and Ojukwu made it to the altar on November 12, 1994. At the time, Bianca was 22 years while Ojukwu was in his 50s and already had kids with other women. Her father had refused to consent to the wedding. To make her father agree to the traditional rites, she decided to do a church wedding first, even if he did reluctantly. Ojukwu agreed, and voila, they were wedded. However, they made headlines over their modest but highly controversial Catholic wedding. Bianca later had 3 children for the revered warlord. First, a set of twins, a boy and a girl, and another son followed 2 years later. After she had children, she went back to her father to request their traditional wedding in 2001. Sadly, her father, who was still not in support, gave Ojukwu a mission impossible task for a bride prize. He demanded 100 pre-independence coins. Initially, Ojukwu thought he could meet up and dispatch people to look for the coins, but it turned out that looking for the coins cost even more than they were worth. The traditional rites went on regardless, but when Bianca later asked her father why he gave her husband that odious task, he said, "I had to make it quite difficult for him. If it were purely a matter of paying money, being a man of great means, he would have been prepared to pay any amount, no matter how huge, as bride price. That would have been easy for him, but in the course of your marriage, anytime he makes you upset and you threaten to head back home to us, he will remember the difficulty in procuring your bride price." Nonetheless, despite their age differences, Bianca and Ojukwu enjoyed a beautiful and enviable marriage. Although she admitted that the hero was a complex man, she said they connected really well, such that they could complete each other's sentences and read their cues easily. She also described her late husband as a complete gentleman who would open the door, place the seat back for her, and be a wonderful father to their kids. Ojukwu's death and will. While Ojukwu loved Bianca dearly, death finally did them part on November 26, 2011. The warlord sadly passed on in the UK following a brief illness at the age of 78 and was buried in Nnewi. Not only did Bianca become a widow, but the whole Igbo clan was also thrown into mourning. However, what came next became the controversy of the year. Following the reading of the Biafran hero's will, Bianca got the lion's share of his assets, which caused disaffection among his family members. His first son, Ebele Ojukwu, decided to contest the will, but the beauty queen begged him to let Ojukwu rest in peace, describing him as a man of honor and dignity whose legacy would not be destroyed. Turning deaf ears, the first son of the warlord proceeded with contesting the will, which even ended in tears. The court ruled in favor of his father's widow, Bianca. Past romance with Femi FaniKayode. Shortly after dealing with the emotional turmoil that comes with will contestation, and a few months after Bianca was appointed Nigeria's ambassador to Spain, Femi FaniKayode decided to set fire to the reign. In his piece, "A Word for Those Who Call Me a Tribalist," the former Minister of Aviation claimed he had an intimate affair with Bianca before she married Ojukwu, using it to substantiate his defense for not being anti-Igbo. This caused the beauty queen to make the headlines yet again. While she completely ignored the story, FaniKayode later apologized for naming her to prove an irrelevant point. However, findings show that FFK and Bianca did have a long-term relationship. This was after they met in London. The widow at the time was studying for her A-levels in Cambridge Tutorial College, while Femi was attending Cambridge University for his master's degree in law. They were heading to the altar when FFK met Saratu Atta, who mistakenly got pregnant for him and later became his first wife. When asked by a Frontline Celebrity Journal in 1997 what went wrong with her relationship with Femi, Bianca said, "It was not meant to be. I met FFK in London and we both dreamt of having a beautiful home, but things didn't work our way. I know that he's married now." So, there you have it. Tell us what you think about these iconic times Bianca Ojukwu made headlines. Do you think the 53-year-old ex-beauty queen is a controversial personality? Which of these controversies shocked you the most? Share your opinion in the comment section down below. If you found this video informative, please comment, like and share. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more well-researched African stories and news we know you would like. Click on the bell sign to be notified every time we upload a new video so that you don't miss out. Thanks for watching and see you on our next one.